Hey, welcome back in this tutorial about Luxon to manage time and date in JavaScript related projects or Node.js related projects. We are looking at static functions, static methods on DateTime class. So the next static function that we are going to look at is UTC. UTC stands for Coordinated Universal Time, and this is basically bringing the entire world on the same time zone, right? So it follows the time zone of Greenwich, and by UTC, we mean that let's for a single time zone across the world, right? Because if we just follow different time zones, like somebody from US has put in some value in my database that they want to set up a meeting at 5 p.m. Okay, what they are talking about, what their value they are sending to the server or to the database is the US specific time, right? So if they pass in the US time of 5 p.m. and stores in a database, and the meeting is with somebody in India where 5 p.m. would be 12 hours earlier than the time they would want to carry out the meeting. So the Indian person would look at the time and it would read it as 5 p.m. and it would consider that the 5 p.m. of local Indian time is being talked about. So they'll be waiting at 5 p.m. while the meeting is actually scheduled 12 hours later as per the US time zone. So because of all these various time zones across the world, it is better to store all your values in UTC and to deal with UTC, which is Coordinated Universal Time. It and that is why we have functions like this. UTC, very commonly used. In the earlier video, we had seen that I can get UTC value using datetime.local and setting up zone to be UTC, right? That is one way. I'll delete all the other methods here. I'll keep UTC. All right. So this could be good enough. I'm passing in year, month, day. I can pass in hours, minutes, and even seconds. And then I can even pass in milliseconds, that is 3, 2, 1, right? So what am I passing here? Year, I'm passing it month, date, hours, minutes, seconds, milliseconds, and then the time zone. Let's run this and see. So here is what I get. I get 2019 8765431. O is set to 0, which means there's no this is a Greenwich time zone, that is UTC. The zone is set to fixed offset zone, fixed 0, right? So this is, I can use this to deal with UTC, right? And this one is so oftenly used that they have a separate function altogether for it, which I can also use instead of local. I could pass in UTC, okay, and I need not pass this last object then. It will only convert into UTC. Let's run this and see. Here I have. So you can see O is set to 0, right? And you can see fixed offset zone to be 0, right? So now this is the local information is still India. All right, it is taking the system value for it, but it is getting me the UTC value. It is creating a date time object with zone to be UTC. Okay, so that's how this works, and there are various options we can see here of using it. UTC, this will give me current time. If I want current time, so I can simply do is I can do console log datetime dot UTC. Simply, this will give me the current time in UTC format. Let's see what is that. Here it is, 2021, 12th month, 11 day hour is 11. Look at this. Our current hour in my system is 4:59, approximately 5 in the evening, 5 p.m. But here you can see 11:29, which is 11:30 in the morning. So this is the UTC time of it is taking my current system time, converting it into UTC time. So UTC time at the moment is 11 hours and 29 minutes. So that's how this works. And this is giving dot UTC without passing any parameters will give me UTC value for the current time. I can pass in just the year and it will give me 1st of January for that year. I can pass in year, month, and date, year, month, date, and hour, year, month, date, hour, and minutes, year, month, date, hour, minutes, seconds, and even milliseconds, like you can see here. If I want to set locale to be different, I can pass in this object like we did earlier, right? If I pass in this, if I pass nothing, what it will do is it will take the current time and set get the UTC value for it, as well as set the locale to be France. Okay, this is the current UTC time, right, for 5 p.m. in India, and this is 11 hours and 30 minutes in UTC. And for the locale, it is setting it to be FR, which is French, and fixed offset zone. You can see here that is representative of UTC. So that's how UTC is used. This is a very commonly used function. See you in the next video with other functions. Hit like, hit subscribe.